Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining us in another episode. So in this one, we will be talking about the lungs and what happens to the lungs whenever you engage in smoking. A lot of people smoke for various reasons, whether they do vaping, whether they do cigarettes or marijuana. People smoke because of peer pressure. People tend to do some of these things because they are stressed. They have been involved in a relationship and they give their all, and they tend to suffer loss because of the breakup, and it leads them to smoking. But in with that said, it doesn't matter what you're facing. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You shouldn't engage in smoking because it is certainly not good for your lungs. Yeah. And if you can observe this video that I'll be showing, it is showing a lungs that has been involved in smoking for 20 years plus. And you might say, oh, not everyone smoking affects, which is true. Not everyone gets cancer from smoking. However, you are increasing your risk if you actually engage in something like smoking, right? Because what happened is that this lungs, as you can see, there is a tumor actually in this lungs. There is a tumor in the lungs. And when you inhale and exhale, the area where the tumor is, which is the cancer, less oxygen or little to no oxygen goes there. The texture is a little bit rigid as well, where that lung is concerned. It is rigid. You don't get that smooth texture that you would possibly want, as opposed to one that is what you'd call it smoke free. I mean, there's secondhand smoking. However, it will not do the lungs as the first hand smoking, right? So we have to be very careful. Of course, the atmosphere is filled with pollutants. It is in a state where a lot of things are floating around. However, the environmental factors that we can't trouble, or we can't stop, we can actually influence the one that we can stop. So if you don't have to smoke, don't smoke. And if you look at the lungs without a person that does not smoke, you can see the significant difference. If you were able to touch it, and these are real lungs, people, if you were able to touch it, you would have seen where, or felt the different texture. The one without the smoke is very rigid. The one without the smoke, or the one with the smoke, is very rigid. The one without the smoke, the texture is very smooth. When the inhalation and exhalation process occurs, it goes to every single area of the lungs. So I'm imploring someone out there who might think that they are stressed out, who might believe that cigarette is the answer, it is what keeps me going. You don't have to go that route, because if you do, you're setting up yourself for more stress. You're putting on more stress on yourself, right? And when you get these chronic diseases or develop these issues in your body, sometimes it is very difficult, because oftentimes these things are not caught when they are in their infant stage. So it's very important, people, that you take your health into consideration. Someone said your health is your wealth. So do what you have to do to ensure that you preserve your lungs. It is what takes oxygen in your body. Oxygen will ensure that you continue to breathe. So your lungs, very vital part of your body. Do you want to treat it in such a way that you don't know when it will collapse. You don't know when it will, starts to erode, so to speak. I mean, smoking might seem like a filler, but try other means, try other things to ensure that you're protecting your important and vital organs of your body. Until next time.